Hello, everyone. Welcome to this Ask Me Anything session for the Industrial Biotech Startup Program. I'm Juan Botero, Innovation Manager at Hello Tomorrow, and I'm here with a vast team of us from Hello Tomorrow and from our partners that have joined this program to help us provide a wide range of solutions for startup joining this program. So the idea today is to give you more information about what is it about, to solve any doubts you may have, and for you to get to know who's behind this project. So today we have from us from Hello Tomorrow, we have Selma. She's in charge of the investor network. Louis Patin, she's a deep tech pioneers manager, and Vasco Bergmoe, he's a deep tech innovation consultant. This is the team from Hello Tomorrow, and we have some partners that have joined this venture with us. And we have Olivier Tomar, he's from Genopol. Ellen Krab, she's from Brands and Patents. Lina van der Hagen. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. If not, please correct me after. Thank Lina. Also from Brands and Patents. And Nikos Noek from Biobase Europe. So the idea today, again, is like to just give you a description of what is it that we're going to be covering during this startup program. And please remember, we have a chat at the bottom on the right. There's a button with a chat, and you can just like go there and ask any questions you may have during the session to any of us, and we'll make sure to cover any doubts and questions you may have. So let's take it away. So just a brief introduction of what is Hello Tomorrow. If you're here, you probably have heard from us, either from a social media, of an email you've gotten from us or one of our partners. So basically, we're an organization that has been working for more than a decade now, helping startups and VCs and corporates connect and foster an ecosystem for them, like to leverage on each other and harness each other assets and potential. Right now, we are more than 30 people with a mix of science and business background in the team, in order like to help on one side corporates in their innovation endeavors, and of course startups, helping them move and continue in their progress. We right now what we do is we have on this consulting side, we have this deep tech observatory where we try to understand what are the biggest trends and what's happening right now from the academia and the science departments, and how can companies leverage on this and use it like to provide solutions for deep tech industries. And the idea is like to build this collaborative ecosystem where we can help leverage the connections among each others. So that's what we do for the consulting part. We help companies develop this innovation endeavors, and on the other side we have our flagship global summit event. I'm going to hand it over to Louis so she can tell us a little bit more about that.
Exactly. So yes, in addition to the global, the consulting that we do and the research that we do as well, and the reports, we do have a few different events that we organize, and we've done over 100 international events since we were first founded in 2011, and it's really a focus on deep tech. And we welcome a vast array of actors that are very critical to pushing forth deep technologies, and they represent really across the world, different countries, and also different industries. You can see some of the percentage there of the representation of actors, but also some examples of those actors that have joined our previous events. And the main event we do is, of course, the Global Summit. It happens once every year. Next will be on March 2024. And we bring all of these actors together with the goal of pushing forth the technologies and creating connections. And how are we able to do that? Well, it's really part of our DNA is this ecosystem building and creating communities. We've done that thanks to different activities we've had. And notably, we have a competition where we welcome startups, and we've built a community of startups around that. So they represent a big part of our community. But over the years, we've also built different communities. Selma will tell you more about the investor network, which is very robust today. We have industry leaders that are part of that and different actors, as you can see here. And once again, they come from all across the world and across different industries. I think today we're actually even less European now, so we're at 60% and growing in the rest of the world. And that's it for me.
Thank you, Luis. So let's deep dive a little bit more on exactly what is the program and what is the main topic that we came here to talk about today. So maybe Vasco, can you just...
Yes, with pleasure. So yeah, these few slides are just to give a better idea of to whom this program is actually tailored, because industrial biotechnology can be quite a broad term. And that's why we've identified three technology areas, as well as three applications that we're going to focus on during this program. So in terms of technology, we're looking at synthetic biology and metabolic engineering, bioprocessing, biorefinery and fermentation, and finally bioinformatics, artificial intelligence, and data analytics. Of course, there's quite a lot of overlap between these three fields of technology, but as long as you're working on one of these, you're definitely eligible for this program. In terms of applications, so working on these technology fields with applications in either sustainable manufacturing of food, ingredients, and chemicals, bioremediation, waste valorization, waste management, and finally biomaterials and sustainable packaging. So once again, here there can be quite some overlap between the different fields of applications, but as long as you're working on one of the fields of one of the technology areas with applications in at least one of the fields of applications, then you're definitely eligible, and this program is definitely tailored to you. Following up with a relevant question, why industrial biotechnology? Why did Hello Tomorrow choose to work to organize their second startup program on industrial biotechnology? Well, that's because at Hello Tomorrow we're firm believers of the important role, or the crucial role, that industrial biotechnology is currently playing and will continue to play in addressing societal challenges like resource scarcity, climate change, sustainable manufacturing, etc. It's something that we realized ourselves, but also when working together with corporates from a wide range of industries, including chemicals, food, and energy. And we really noticed that they're all looking towards industrial biotechnology and the potential that it holds to really make their processes more sustainable. Despite this huge potential and traction that it gets, we do realize that there's quite a lot of challenges and hurdles that industrial biotechnology startups are currently facing. And over the years, so over a decade that we've been working together with entrepreneurs that we help and support them, we do understand the challenges that these entrepreneurs are facing. And also it can be the general deep tech challenges, but also the more specific industrial biotech challenges, like, for example, identifying the right investors that really understand the fact that industrial biotech technology is quite capex heavy, or the fact that you're actually working with commodity products and not really high value products such as in pharmaceutical industries. So this is really an important thing that investors have to understand. Besides, it's also complex regulations to navigate, or all the technological challenges that you might be facing with regard to scaling your process or fermentation processes to an industrial scale, for example. So understanding these challenges, and over the years that we've built expertise and through our experience, the network that we've established along the way, and especially also the amazing partners that we have present here as well, we really feel that we're in a great position to support industrial biotech entrepreneurs and to really help them accelerate the growth of their startup. And how are we going to do this? Well, for this, I'll leave the mic back to you, Juan, to elaborate a little bit more on that.
Thank you, Vasco. Yeah, so for us, industrial biotechnology is basically one of the pillars that we work with, and one of the tracks that we work with, and Hello Tomorrow. And as Vasco mentions, we have talked to our ecosystem. We have reached out to the startups and asked them directly, like, what is it that it's like the most pressing issues for you today? What is it the gaps that you have in your process, and how can we help you the most? And with that in mind, we have crafted this program. And the idea is it's going to be a program that it's going to be very with a very tailored approach, and understanding the specifics of each company. So it's not a one size fits all, but it's a very dedicated and personalized program. So the first thing that we do is like understand and sit with you to understand that potential partner, the strategic guidance and direction. So that's like our first module. We're going to work on understanding what is it that you need right now, either from the designing the pitch or understanding which market you should address, to just already like find a partner to scale up or to develop a POC. So that's like the first diagnosis that we do with each of the startups. And then when we have like a clear understanding on your needs, we have like 4 other modules that they're there just for you, depending on what is it that you need the most. So we have, of course, the fundraising opportunities and support. So everything from preparing you to have the discussion with the investors up to specific matchmaking with them. We have potential partnership with corporates, so establishing that relationship with corporates that will help you either develop POCs or scaling up, or even also like future customers. Then intellectual property and regulations. So we have developed this module to help you navigate this important part of the process of developing a startup. So we know that this is one of the most hardest things to really pin down and understand. How can you develop a strategy that would help you, at the end also like negotiate with investors or with the company. So everything from what is it that you have that may be patentable to how to build that process afterwards. And of course, mentorship and technological guidance. So on one side, if we will understand what is it that you need on a science and technical level, scientific and technical level, and also if you need to scale up and actually have a partner for you to develop your product, your solution at a bigger level. So we're here for that as well. So we're gonna go one by one, just understanding what is it about each one of them. So the idea with strategic guidance and direction, again, is like understanding what is that we can help you with, and we have working sessions with you. So basically, it's like challenge your business model, understand your go-to-market strategy, see if it's something that it might be on a market that it's interesting, or if it's some other market that might be most beneficial. Because again, like industrial biotech, we see it's very different from other sectors investing wise. So we address that, and we help you navigate that process. For market sizing, again, like understanding how should you approach this market, understanding of course brand and communication. So working on your own company, how are you selling it, how are you telling your own story. And something that we have very, very good comments from our past cohort is like this peer-to-peer sessions that we guide among the startups in the cohort to understand understand best practices, and they share how they collaborate with other companies, how have they approach investors, and we guide this sessions to more like kind of this like crowd intelligence. And we have most of the most interesting conversations had come like from this peer-to-peer sharing sessions, and companies just sharing their experiences with this process. Then for fundraising opportunity support, I'm going to hand it over to Selma. She's going to tell us a bit more like how is this module going to work.
Thank you, Juan. So Hello Tomorrow basically has a large network of over 700 investors worldwide. Lois was talking about it earlier, but we basically have 50% of our investors that are in Europe, 30 to 35 that are in the US and Canada, and then the residual is all over the world, APAC, LATAM, MENA region. And basically the goal, what we wanted to do is also to engage our community of investors in mentoring and guiding that cohort of startups. And this will be done through many levels. First, we wanted to organize an overview workshop with seasoned investors on basically funding 101, where they will talk about the different stages of financing, challenges, mistakes to avoid, what to look out for. They will share tips, their insights on startups in industrial biotech. And this session will also be followed by a Q&A for startups to interact as well with investors. Then we will also have a more technical session with investors to be able to have a more personal feedback on each startup's project, pitches, financials, and so on, depending on the startup. And another part of the support on the fundraising part is that startups will also have access to pitch training one-on-one sessions. And this will basically help with their slide decks to prepare them to meet with investors, which we think is really crucial. Finally, we will make sure that the startups have those guaranteed one-on-one meetings with investors, so both online through direct reach of our community of investors, and then also during the final events at the end of the program, because we will also have investors attending those events to basically network with our startups. And Lois was also talking about the different programs and events that we organize, like the Global Summit, and I wanted to add on that and say that every year we also organize the Investor Day, which is only open to our deep tech pioneers. This year is on the 20th of March, and basically it's dedicated to meetings between startups and investors, with roughly 1,500 meetings per day. And here you can see the logos of some of the investors attending. And the goal of this slide is actually to give you an idea about the different VCs and CVCs that we have in our network and the reach that you can actually have on the investor side.
Thanks a lot, Selma, for elaborating a little bit more about on the fundraising pillar that we have. Following up with the third pillar, so the potential partnership with corporates. This is especially of interest in industrial biotech industry because corporates can be both clients as interesting collaborations or like partners. And so how will we tackle this pillar? We'll start off with a workshop on introducing the different startup corporate collaboration frameworks that exist. So including licensing, joint ventures, co-development, and to see in which cases which one is preferable. And then we'll have a dedicated session with each of you to really understand what your unique needs are with regard to corporate relations. And we'll have the same conversations with our corporate partners for this program to really optimize the matchmaking between you and the corporates, which will finally lead into one-to-one meetings where you can explore potential collaboration possibilities. So Hello Tomorrow, as mentioned before by Juan, we have this is a consulting activity. So we're really used to working with the open innovation departments of corporates. We are used to accelerating and kickstarting this collaboration process. So we'll be by your side during these first steps in this potential collaboration with corporates. To give you an idea of the different corporates we work with, these are some of the names of the corporates that we work with on the consulting side. So definitely, if some of these are of interest to you, we can definitely reach out to them and arrange a personalized introduction. Unfortunately, we can't disclose the corporates of this program yet, but they will follow soon. With the fourth pillar, so intellectual property and regulations assistance, this is a little bit twofold. So the first part is the regulation. So really, I will have a workshop on the regulations in Europe and geopolitical macroeconomic tendencies that might affect industrial biotechnology and the industry, which also has an influence on your business plan, your go-to-market strategy, where you will produce, etc. And then the second part of this pillar is more focused on the intellectual property strategy and patent portfolio, for which I would like to pass the mic to Ellen from Brands and Patents, our partner for this program.
Thanks, Vasco. My name is Ellen indeed. I'm also joined by my colleague Lena today. So I am a European patent attorney and a partner at Brands and Patents. We are located in the beautiful city of Ghent in Belgium, and actually what we do is we advise clients with regards to their intellectual property. So IP is a very large term. It can be about patents, but it can also be about trademarks, trade secrets, etc. So we really have a large portfolio of clients that we assist in building an IP strategy. And a large focus of our office is also the startups, because we understand that from time to time, I mean, IP can be a bit scary and IP can be difficult. And what we try to be is we want to be a partner of you and try to help you to navigate through the IP field and also build together a strong IP strategy for you. I've heard Juan mention that we also want to collaborate with investors, obviously, because you are a startup. And for investors, intellectual property is very important. So what we're going to offer you in this program is that we will become your IP partner. So we offer you a free IP scan. We will do a deep dive into your strategy and provide you with some steps on how you can actually improve your IP strategy. So we call that the IP scan. So yeah, I think our office is located in Ghent. This is a bit of the overview what we offer, but the aim is really to become your go-to partner and your advisor on anything IP related. If you should have questions already today, I'm happy to answer them in the chat.
Thank you very much, Ellen. So yeah, that's gonna be our IP and regulation solution, and we have partnered with Branson Patents, and the idea is like they will be helping us providing the service and helping you understand and navigate that sector. So moving on for the mentorship and technological counsel, what have we done is we have partnered with Genopole, which is a well, it's a big lab for the south of Paris that is going to that they have been helping startups for a long time now, and they're going to help us understand what is it the technological needs and mentorship that a startup would need, and help us on that mentorship with and space if needed. So I'm going to hand it over to Olivier to tell us a little bit more about what Genopole does and how are going to help us with this project.
Thank you. So Genopole is the organization I'm working with. I'm Olivier, and we are the first French cluster dedicated to biotechnology, cluster in the sense of we bring together public research labs, startups, corporates, and SMEs together around a number of industries, and then a number of biotech-related industries, and then we kind of support the growth of research and startups, generally speaking. So we are located not far from, well, we're part actually of the Paris-Saclay ecosystem. So that means a lot of very high-level research labs and engineering schools. That's for the science part of that. So as for the mentoring part of that, we've got a lot of technological experts in the various fields that has been previously described around this industrial biotechnology that we can bring on the table to you. And also, we've been working around historically 3 industrial sectors, one of them being what we call bioeconomy, which is industrial biotech. Well, I mean, there's a lot of an overlap in that. And we've been working all the way from training, research and development activities to startup inception, startup development, and industrialization and scale up of the startups. From the technological side, from the business side, from the whole company side, I would think. So this is kind of very, because I've got only 3 minutes, so this is a strong overview of kind of program we're working on. We've got a program dedicated to turning scientists into entrepreneurs. So we've got an acceleration program. We're giving research grants to young researchers, real estate. We've got a lot of technological platforms to offer. Well, whose access we offer to startups who can't afford that kind of things, from precision fermentation startups to people that would need large sequencing infrastructures, and that's a very, very short overview, but we can have a deeper discussion on that. So far, we've supported 244 businesses, 87% of them being startups, having grown from there. We've supported the fundraising of more than 1.2 billion euros. We've got 43 labs, and we've got, as I said, 46 technological platforms, and a lot of lab space also for the startups we work with. So we've got a bunch of, to get back to the whole mentoring side of that, so we've got the technological mentoring that's available, the industry experts in all the industries that have been covered by the call. And we've got mainly also a lot of entrepreneurs that are kind of willing to endorse the mentorship role for other startups and peers. And I'm going to stop there.
Thank you, Olivier. Great timing. So now we can move on to talking about a bit about the scaling up process. We know this is one of the hardest part of a biotech startup. You have a solution out there, you have already made something, but how do you build this en masse? So we have partnered with Biobase Europe to help us provide this kind of service. So Nico, can you take it over and tell us a little bit about what do you do and how can you help startups on this process?
Thank you very much, Juan. So hello, everyone. Nice to meet you. I'm Nico Snoek. I'm the business development manager at Biobase Europe Pilot Plant. And let me allow you to explain a little bit on what we do and what we offer. So Biobase Europe Pilot Plant is a piloting facility located in Belgium, in the same beautiful city as Brents and Patents here in Ghent. And our mission of Biobase Europe Pilot Plant is to enable the transition to a sustainable bio-based economy. And we do that by providing access to an open access piloting facility, which means that startup companies can make use of our facility to further develop their laboratory process and to further develop and make it ready for commercial production, and also to scale that process. So we offer for industrial biotechnology, we offer fermentation processes from lab scale up to 75,000 liter scale, and also with all the downstream processing and purification equipment required. Interestingly, is that we as facility, we're actually a non-profit organization, meaning that everything that we do, we have to reinvest in the facility, and so that we can further improve our facility and improve our services to the companies. Next to providing this as a service, we also participate in research type of projects, which can be either national subsidized project, but also within, we are also very active within European research projects as well, which could be of interest to you. What can you expect from mentoring? From the experience that we have on scaling many industrial biotechnology processes, whether it's a microbial process, whether it's a bioconversion, whether it's a fungal fermentation, we can help you in providing insights on how you should scale your process, because it is very important that when you are doing so, that you have a very good understanding on how such a process is commercialized, how such a process is done at industrial scale, so that you can basically very well downscale that particular process and mimic it at lab scale, so that you do the right and the necessary experiments that you do, and that you don't waste any time and money on unnecessary experiments, and that you work very focused, and how you can then further scale that process to intermediate scale, to validate your processes at that scale, and to produce also larger samples for all of your partners. So that is what you can expect from service. Back to you, Juan.
I'll take it over. Thanks a lot, Nico. So yeah, we just a quick reminder to all the participants: if you have any questions to any of us, please do not hesitate to ask questions in the dedicated question tab on the bottom right of your screen. But yeah, wrapping up the 5 main pillars that we'll cover throughout our program, just giving a quick overview of the timeline. So we're currently in the applications phase. Applications will close by July 10th. After which we'll have a 2-week evaluation period during which we'll select our cohort by July 24th. And then in September 4th, so after the summer break, the actual program will start. Will take 3 months, finishing in the end of November on the 22nd and 23rd of November, which coincides with our Industrial Biotech closing event. And maybe just to give a few more words about this event, this is the only in-person part of this program. So it's a hybrid format. Most of the matchmakings, workshops, etc. will be online, but this event will be in person in Paris. It will take 2 days, 1 day at the Genopole premises, and then one at Hello Tomorrow itself. And so what can you expect from this event? So it's a unique opportunity to pitch your startup in front of a diverse audience of corporates, investors, and other ecosystem partners. We'll also have a series of panels and keynotes around the topic of biotechnology, scaling, or how to implement these new technologies in different industries. And then finally, of course, we'll organize matchmaking sessions between you and potential investors, corporates, and other startups. And you also have the opportunity to meet casually during our network events.
Thanks, Vasco. Yeah, so basically well, we have 13 days to go. So if you have any questions, just let us know right here. If you need some time to think about it and ask more questions, you can always reach out to us, and we'll make the most to answer you. We have just one question here from Jose Suarez. So is the program remote, and what's the time commitment expected from the participants? So yeah, thanks. Great question. The program, the modules that we have mentioned along the session, they are remote. So they're gonna be all online sessions. And as Vasco just mentioned, the only event that is gonna be in person is gonna be in Paris at those 2 days on 22nd and 23rd of November. If you, for some reason, cannot assist to this, we're going to have recordings of the session and the matchmaking sessions that are going to be happening there with the investors and the corporates. We can also handle some online sessions for you, for the startups that cannot assist. But the ideas would be great to have you all present there. And basically, the time commitment. So we're going to be sharing the whole program later with the participants, but you can expect around 2 hours a week of between guided workshops and one-to-one sessions. So that's about a rough time commitment for the service from September to November. Do you have to have officially created a startup to participate? Not really. It can be not. You don't have to be incorporated to apply. So you can just, if you have a project, that it's not an actual company, we can also actually help you with that as well. Okay, so just keep them coming if you have more. Is this program also open for global folks? I'm from India. Yes, indeed. We have, it's open to the whole world. We have already some startups that had applied from India as well, from Canada, from the US. So it's open to everyone. We have some few general sessions. So we select time zones that we make the most to make it available for everyone in a comfortable way. But it's something that we can work around. And the only thing is this event that's going to be in Paris. So if you can join us for that event, that will be great. But yes, it's open to the whole world. Okay, so we can just maybe as a quick wrap up, the idea is this. So we're going to have online workshops. So this online workshops, again, this is going to be every 2-3 weeks, but we're going to have in the meantime some dedicated one-to-ones meeting with the mentors that we have discussed about. Also, again, it's very tailored to your needs. So depending on what you need, you're going to have more or less sessions or more sessions on or investing or in actually building up the business strategy and proposition. So we're going to work on that. Again, the in-person closing event is going to be in Paris, and this will going to give you access to the Hello Tomorrow Global Summit in 2024. So as Luis has mentioned, it's our flagship event, and we host it once a year. We have 4,000 startups that apply, and each year, and at the end we select around 70 startups to be our deep tech pioneers. They're the ones that are going to be showcased there, and it's just 2 days of this is not going to be, of course, not just biotech, but we work on all the tracks that we work, and you're going to meet investors, have inspirational talks, where you're going to see the pitches from our deep tech pioneers, and you're going to have just you don't have to apply, but you have like direct access to the event. It's going to be 3 months from September to November. It's going to be hybrid, as we mentioned. The cost to apply. So we have a grant from BPI France that is going to cover most of the program. And for the startup, is just going to be 3,000 euros, and it's equity free. So for this, we don't take any equity from your company. Just another question: if I already have raised a pre-seed round, is it too late to participate? Not at all. We do encourage more early stage startups to participate, but a pre-seed round it's something that we can help you secure, but even like later stages, because in our network of investors, we have investors that are investing in several stages of the companies, and it's actually a very good moment to continue the scale up process, or to begin it if you haven't started. So it's a very good stage to participate.
Yeah, I just want to add up on that.
Please.
So 50% of our investors usually invest in pre-seed seed, 40% Series A, and then there is dual 10% Series B. So it's not too late to participate. It's even in the scope, actually.
Thank you for backing that with numbers, Selma. That was super cool. So, well, do we have more questions? Or I think that's it for the moment. But please, again, like if you have any questions during this coming days, just don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out to your channels, to the same email that you've been getting, or to any of our. We'll make sure to forward it to any of our partners if necessary. And I think this is it. So if you can scan this code, you can apply right now. Again, we have 13 days to apply, and hopefully see you all soon. And I wanted to thank you, all our partners that have joined us in this venture. So Genopole, Brands and Patents, BioBase Europe, thank you very much for making this project even more interesting, and actually bringing the value that we're giving to startups. And thank you for the people here at Tomorrow that is making this possible, and for you, the startups, to be here and to make this conversation very, very interesting for everyone. And just let us know anything that you may need in the following days. Thank you very much, and see you soon.